What if the reason you still feel financially stuck is not because you don't make enough money, but because your financial goals are competing against each other? You want to save money, but you also want to enjoy life. You want to invest for the future, but your salary disappears before the month ends. And this is where most people get trapped. Not because they're lazy, but because they try to focus on everything at once. A little saving, a little spending, a little investing, but no real direction, because money without priorities becomes chaos. But people who eventually build wealth understand something powerful. Not every financial goal deserves equal attention at the same time. And once you learn how to organize your money correctly, financial stress starts decreasing. Your decisions become clearer, and your future becomes intentional instead of accidental. So in this video, we're breaking down how to prioritize financial goals the smart way. Even if you're starting from zero, most people don't feel financially lost because they're lazy. They feel lost because they try to solve every money problem at the same time. Save money, invest, pay debt, upgrade their lifestyle, help family, start a business, build wealth. And when everything feels urgent, their money gets divided in too many directions. Imagine pouring one bottle of water into 10 different buckets. Every bucket gets something, but none becomes full. That's how many people handle money. But real financial progress usually comes from focus, from choosing the most important goals first and giving them enough attention to actually grow. Because financial success is not only about making more money, it's about using your money in the right order. The wrong order creates pressure. The right order creates momentum. Step 1. Build survival stability first. Before investing money, before buying luxury items, before trying to appear rich on social media, you need financial stability first, because unstable finances destroy long-term progress. A lot of people try to build wealth while their financial life is already falling apart underneath them. One emergency happens, one hospital bill, one job loss, one unexpected expense, and suddenly everything collapses. That's why your first financial goal should usually be survival stability, having enough money for essentials, rent, food, transport, utilities, and an emergency fund that protects you during difficult moments. It may not feel exciting, it may not look impressive online, but stability creates freedom, because when your finances are stable, you think more clearly, you make better decisions, and you stop living in constant panic mode. Desperation often leads to emotional financial decisions, and emotional decisions are usually expensive. So before chasing wealth, build a strong financial foundation first, because you cannot build a powerful financial future on top of financial chaos. Step 2. Remove financial bleeding. Once you build basic financial stability, the next step is stopping the behaviors quietly destroying your future. Because a lot of people are trying to build wealth while their money leaks in every direction. High interest debt, impulse buying, gambling, lifestyle inflation, subscriptions they barely touch, or constantly spending money just to impress other people. And over time, those habits become financial traps. It's like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. No matter how hard you work, the money keeps disappearing. Sometimes the biggest financial upgrade is not earning more money immediately. It's simply learning how to stop unnecessary losses. Because small daily spending habits don't stay small. They grow into monthly patterns, yearly patterns, and eventually become your entire financial future. This doesn't mean you can never enjoy your life. The goal is not restriction. The goal is control. Intentional spending asks, will this help my future? Impulsive spending asks, will this make me feel good right now? And those two mindsets create completely different lives over time. Step 3. Invest in income growth. Now, this is where many people stay financially stuck. They become so focused on saving every dollar that they completely ignore growing their income. But here's the reality. There's a limit to how much you can cut, a limit to how much you can save, and eventually, growth becomes more powerful than restriction. That's why one of the smartest financial priorities is increasing your earning ability, learning valuable skills, improving your expertise, building side income, starting businesses, investing in knowledge, and creating systems that can make you more money long term. Because income is the engine behind financial growth. One powerful skill can change your life more than years of extreme saving, and the more valuable you become, the easier it usually becomes to create opportunities, income, and long-term wealth. Step 4. Start building assets. Once your finances are stable, your spending is under control, and your income is growing, the next step is ownership. This is where you stop focusing only on earning money and start focusing on building wealth. Because wealthy people don't just work for income, they build assets that generate value over time. These assets can include investments, businesses, real estate, dividend stocks, or digital income systems. And here's the important shift. Most people spend their lives working for money, but assets make money work for them. That's a completely different financial reality. But building wealth doesn't happen quickly. It compounds slowly, often in a way you can't immediately see. And that's where most people quit too early, because real financial growth is like planting a tree. At first, nothing seems to be happening, but beneath the surface, strong roots are forming, and eventually, the results become impossible to ignore. Step 5. Separate needs from status. One of the biggest financial traps in modern society is the pressure to look successful before actually becoming successful. Expensive phones, designer clothes, luxury lifestyles, and social media flexing. But many people end up buying symbols of success instead of building real success. And sometimes, the richest looking people are financially drowning, while quieter people are secretly building real wealth. This is why mature financial thinking asks, does this improve my life or only my image? Because image-based spending creates temporary satisfaction, but long-term financial pressure. And this doesn't mean you should never enjoy nice things. The real issue is timing. There's a huge difference between rewarding yourself responsibly and sabotaging your future for appearances. Real financial discipline is usually invisible at first, but the long-term results become very visible later. At the end of the day, financial prioritization is really about knowing what matters most right now. So life becomes easier later, because money problems usually don't come from one bad decision. They come from priorities being out of order. Most people try to look successful first, before they actually build financial stability. But the smarter path usually looks different. First, create stability. Then, eliminate financial habits destroying your future. Then increase income. Then build assets. And only after that, upgrade your lifestyle responsibly. But most people reverse the process. They spend first, then stress later. And that's why financial pressure never truly disappears. Because real wealth is usually built quietly, long before the world ever notices it. And the truth is, you don't need perfect finances overnight. You simply need direction. Because financial success is rarely one giant breakthrough. It's usually small disciplined decisions, repeated consistently over time. And those small decisions can completely change your future.